Yeah,
hate my computer's been
there,
going
now
slow.
it's going.
My computer's been going slow these past few days as well. So clearly, when I pressed to go live, my mouse did not actually press go live. I just thought it did.
Oh no!
And obviously, it's the countdown, and I was just like, "It's fine. We'll be on as soon as the countdown is done." And of course, we're not. So it's just a bit of a.
We're live now, though.
We're live now. Hello, everybody.
It's like deja vu, remember?
I do, yes. This is welcome to March, everybody. This is how it's been for the entire month.
How is your March going?
Like this.
Oh, no.
Right, again, hello and welcome to the March wrap-up, everybody. How are we all doing today? Oh my lord. Okay, we're finally. I have no camera at the moment because I've resorted at my desk, and my webcam from where my computer is now does not reach my screen in order to shoot properly. So I'm trying to fix that. So that's why I haven't got like a face, but everyone else has a face, so we can see and love them, guys. Do we want to introduce ourselves? I have words, I promise.
Technology.
Ashley,
Yeah.
The second it goes wrong, you just somehow struggle with everything.
Sorry.
Do you want Ashley, Nia, and then Day while I try and sort myself out?
Absolutely.
Sure. Hi, I'm Ashley B. Pedigo. I am a writer, a songwriter, a storyteller, and I host productivity sprints over on Twitch. And I have way too many projects that I'm doing all the time, and I love all of them. And I can't wait to start some more in April. Nia?
Very good. Hi, I am Nia, the Vixen of Fiction, here on YouTube and now on Twitch. You can also catch me on Instagram. I live stream usually on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and I sometimes do an occasional Friday or Monday. So if you're wanting to get some more work done later today, I will be streaming on YouTube at 7 o'clock Eastern. So that's early in the evening for me. I write. I'm trying to write a novel. I've written one that will never see the light of day, just to prove to myself that I could do it. So I guess I can call myself a writer. Mm-hmm. I also write a webcomic that I'm working on and hopefully will have out soon. And I like to do arty things, and that's me. You can find me here on YouTube. And Day, I pointed the right direction.
Hey!
Hi, everybody. I'm Day. I write adult horror and fantasy. I'm not on YouTube or Twitch or anything like that. I'm just here to hang out. So thanks for inviting me, guys.
Glad.
Yes.
I'm so glad to be here. This is so fun.
And we have a Sarah.
Sarah!
Look at Sarah!
My computer is precariously poking out from underneath my desk. One wrong move in my chair will nudge it.
No.
But this is what we're going to have to do for now until I come up with a more creative solution that is not on the fly next time this happens. Hello, I'm Sarah. I write YA and middle grade fantasy. I make videos here on YouTube. I have a TikTok, but I don't actually use it as much as I should be. Yeah, that's it really. Everybody is linked down below for you guys to check out. And it's Camp NaNoWriMo tomorrow. How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
We're gonna start with Ashley. Today we're I can't get the right direction. There we go. We're gonna go around.
You're bringing around town. I'm gonna knock everything off my desk.
So we'll be starting with Ashley, and then we'll end with Sarah.
Yes. Okay. So I was planning on starting a new novel in April, and then about a week ago, I came to the realization that wasn't going to happen. I couldn't figure. I kept trying and trying to make it work, and it wasn't working, and I was getting so frustrated, and I wanted this to be a story that I love, and so I put it away and was like, I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna let it simmer a little longer, and I'm gonna try and finish a bunch of projects, right? And then I got the shot, and I couldn't work on anything, so now I'm super behind for the month of April, but I also had plenty of time to figure out what was wrong with my book. So yes. I might start it in May, but I'm not going to start in April. But I'm still doing camp. What about you, Nia?
Okay, good. Okay, so I think I finally figured out what I'm going to do for my camp project. I had no idea because for those of you who don't know, I just started joining in with AuthorTube right at October. So it was Preptober and Inktober all at the same time. So I just kind of like rolled into NaNoWriMo, like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. So this feels my first everything. So this is my first camp. I'm like, I had no idea what I was going to do. And I figured that because I draw and write, and a lot of my drawing goes with my writing, I set my goal for 25,000 words, and I'm also going to be drawing. And all of those words probably aren't going to come from the webcomic. So I'm doing a webcomic that goes along with a novel. So it's just going to be like an aside, something fun while I'm writing the novel. But I need to get a significant amount of the novel written. That way the webcomic isn't clashing. There's not any timeline problems or character issues like, but you said this character did this in the webcomic, and then in the novel, they're doing something totally different. So I need to be consistent. So that is what I'm going to be working on. And because I set my words at 25, that means I can actually do art and drawings for it at the same time. I plan on doing more of my grayscaling pages because I have a lot of colored pages, but I need a lot of grayscale pages. And so I think that should be very achievable. And I haven't said how many pictures I need to count. So I don't know if that's cheating or being a little bit of a rebel, because I probably should say, oh, I'm going to do this many images, but I really don't know. So hopefully that's okay. I'll rebel a little bit.
I think with camp, you have up to 2 weeks to change your goal anyway.
Yeah.
I think. Do they still have that on there as an option? They used to.
I'm going to go back and change mine later because I currently have it at 10K, and I know that I'm going to, if I only do 10K, I'm going to work for a week and then be like, well, I'm done.
No.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, but I do think you can change it. So I think you've got 2 weeks to change it or decide on how you want to track it or how many pages you want to do. So
I have no idea how to work the new site, so I'm just, you know.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I have heard that the site is different from how it used to be, but because this is my first one, I'm like, oh, this is just really kind of I don't mean to be mean, but really a lackluster site, but that's okay. I'm like, it's the only site I've ever known.
See, everyone had such moral outrage when the site changed. And initially I was just like, it's just changed a little bit, like it's not that bad. But then they changed how certain stuff ran and worked, and I was just like, okay, yeah, no. Because with Camp NaNoWriMo, you used to be able to choose if you wanted to track words, hours, pages, etc., but now you can only just track words. So it's like that's
they suggest, because you can set your word goals for whatever, that maybe like every 30 minutes counts as one word, and your goal is like
you have to
100
think
words
about,
or whatever.
Yeah, you have to think about
that's a lot of math.
How do I want to track this specific thing? Like when I did camp last year, I was revising, so I was like, every one chapter is 1,000 words. And then I had to remember, what do I do if I just like do half a chapter?
Or
this chapter. It's just like, how do you equate words with not fulfilling what you set it at? But
because I was like, if I make a colored image be 1,000 words, is that equivalency right? And then what is a grayscale? It's like 3 grayscale images would be 1,000 words. I don't know. So
I've always been told a picture is worth 1,000 words, so maybe you just
That is true.
There you go.
you just count them all as 1,000.
There you go.
Then I'll be like, I'm totally winning this, guys.
Yeah.
That's not.
Do what you
I don't
gotta
think
do.
that's cheating. I think, I mean, you're making a picture. Maybe the colored ones take a little longer, but I still think that you're creating a new thing. There was nothing, and now there is art. I think it counts as 1,000 words.
Yeah, I think for the next camp, I'll know that, so I don't set the goal off, so I can actually count what is a picture actually worth. So after I do this one, I'll see what's realistic for me to do and still get 25,000 actual words, and then I'll know a little bit better. But with it being my first one, I'm like, I don't want to set myself up for failure. I don't like doing that. But I also don't want to set the bar too low, because then, like you said, then you're bored the rest of the time. You're like, okay, guys, it's a 1 week and I'm done.
I did it. I think it's the thing that's hard about camp for me is I forget that writing, just like everything, kind of happens in seasons. So in November, I'm really pumped to write because everybody is so excited. And even though we've got like the 1 week of holiday, it's pretty consistent. And that also means that the kids are or are not in school. And but in April, it's right at the end of the school year. And so you might be really swamped with like finals or, you know, all the extracurriculars. Well, not this year, but like all the extracurriculars. And then in July, you're like, oh, it's summer. I should be able to get so much done. But then like the kids, I mean, my kids are always here, but the kids are always there. And like, it's hot and you think summer, you're not going to be doing a bunch of stuff. And then someone's like, let's go to the pool. And again, not this year, probably. Who knows? So it's really, I like that during April and July, you can set it to a different amount so that you can look at your April or your July and realistically go, I don't know if I can do 50,000 words this month. That's not, that's not real.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you say what you were doing, Day?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. No. What are you doing?
On that topic, though, before I move along, I found like when I first started seriously writing, had the same issue. Because November, I was in university, so November is exam prep time. And April is also exam prep time, like for the terms. So I wish I had the option in November to have something adjustable. But the April ones worked a lot better. April and July, camps, setting my own goal. Speaking of camp, okay, I am writing. I'm going to try and write a horror novel, adults, lovingly termed Tundra horror. It's called Full Dark, which it's just a joking title. I outlined it, all of it, and it will potentially not be over 100,000 words, which is a miracle for me because I always write these super long books. But I also kind of cheated, and I wrote already like 500 words of the first chapter.
That's not cheating.
I don't know. I just got to put it out there, you know.
Yeah.
Be honest. So, anyways, that's my project. I put 30,000 words as my goal, just because I work full time. So I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yes.
Me, one who's never done it before. That sounds perfect.
I love your title.
I have no idea.
Oh, thank you.
I know, that's awesome.
Thank you.
So,
Tundra horror.
Sorry, I have a child who's refusing to go to bed at the moment, so it's like.
I have 3 that were supposed to be doing their like quiet read a book while the youngest one takes a nap, and they are all out there. They were not even in their rooms for 20 minutes before they were like, oh, his nap is done.
Out there. They're out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Sarah
I need
has to
that
tell
cup
us
of tea.
Sarah has to tell us what she's doing. But I wanted to say hi, everybody in the chat. We're so glad.
Hello, chat.
Yes,
And
hello,
yeah,
chat.
I'm going to be reading the
sort
chat.
we sort of did fly right over the chat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's say
We
had technical difficulties.
We did.
Okay, it happens.
Minty, Regina, Miguel, Azaria's here, writing Violet, Tara.
Haley's here.
Hello.
Oh, did she pop in?
Yes.
There she is. There's Haley. Hi, Haley.
Very
Azaria's
Alan.
here. Hello. How are you?
Hey, sir.
I'm doing Abingdon 2 for camp. 50,000 words.
Nice.
So it's officially. Do I have to turn my camera off and give you a hug? No. Okay.
A hug.
So sweet.
It's officially, she's just inching her way closer and closer to me. And I'm like, when am I going to have to turn this camera off? And so she's there. Sin just popped in. Hello, Sin. So it's the first time I'm going to be writing a sequel, which is very, very exciting. Are you trying to get on camera? No. Okay. Which is going to be fun. So I'm very much looking forward to doing that. I didn't plan as much as I should have done, but we'll talk about that when we come to the things that we did not get to do in March. Haley's going to go eat chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
I like them.
Tundra. Are you going to rip more people's hearts out with the Frozen Tundra book day?
No comment.
Still not over that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Everyone I've beta read for this year just wants to rip my heart out.
Oh.
Sarah B did it, Day did it. I'm pretty sure Sherry's going to end up doing it when I eventually read Vegan Vamps. It's just, I can't take it.
Regina used the book earnings to buy a standing grand, and I'm so jealous.
Oh.
I used to have an
man.
upright, and I loved it. And then I was a kid and had no say in whether or not we got to keep it. But I have a friend who's going to go on tour later, and they might let us borrow their upright, and I am very excited. But that means during these things, you'll just hear piano in the background.
Yeah,
because it doesn't have an off button. But that's okay. I like a piano.
yeah, we used to have one. I miss it.
Haley's caught between editing Project Sword Lesbians or rewriting her middle grade Secret Victorian Magic Children.
Ooh.
So do both, Haley. There you
Do
go.
both.
Yeah.
Do both.
Why not both?
That is the answer.
Yeah.
Change day by day or week by week, but work on both. I
Yeah.
love telling people that.
Yeah, I love telling people that.
I have so many projects. I'm just like, just do more than one at a time. Like, it's easy.
It's so easy.
Okay, Haley always has the most interesting
stories.
What? What? What?
Haley.
Haley, tell us more things.
What's going
You
on?
can't just say that, Haley, and then stop saying stuff.
All right,
okay?
Haley, I'm going to make a suggestion that you just write a book of all of these quirky little things about your family. It would just be hilarious. It doesn't have to have a rhyme or reason. Just each chapter is, oh, by the way, my father was,
Oh, when I was
mistaken for.
and then the next chapter just be something totally different about the piano coming from the mafia.
A weekly YouTube series where she just sits there like in a comfy armchair with a cup of coffee, like today in my life.
I would just like to tell you about the time.
The life of Barry Allen is very interesting.
Yeah.
She'll have a cup of coffee and a plate of chicken nuggets, and she can just with the fireplace and
That's
the
the life.
Car Labs. Yep, there you go.
There we are. And she'll just talk about the weird stuff that's happened.
Oh, poor Barry.
Right, I do intend to do at least one sprint during this stream. Right. Oh my god! Simply because it is camp tomorrow. So if we cut off and do one now, so I can sort this little one out.
Sounds like
to go to bed, and we can get some last minute prep in for everybody.
Yes, yes. I actually have something I want to do, so perfect.
Yes, correct.
I can make up something that I'm going to do.
Right, so if everybody wants to get their stuff ready, we'll start a impromptu Camp Nano prep sprint. And then when we get back, we'll talk about the things that we have achieved in this past month. You are seriously trying to be on camera now, aren't you? No.
Aww.
Yeah, because you're inching as close as you can as possible to see if you're going to be on this camera.
Trying so hard.
She really is. So cute.
We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Begin. I said that too quietly. Begin. Okie dokie. That is the what we're doing. There we go. That is the end of the sprint. How did everybody do in regards to? Did you get work done? I want that one, don't I? Yay, the buttons. I always press the wrong ones. I'm doing good today. I'll admit I wasn't actually prepping for camp. I was doing something else instead.
Same.
Which
Me
I
too.
suppose technically counts as prep for camp because I want to write 5K on a new paranormal project.
Ooh.
If I get round to it. So I'm just sort of outlining that at the moment. I've done my Abingdon House outline as much as I'm bothered to. So
That's fair.
that will have to do. Ashley, how did you, or what did you get done?
Oh, I made a list and scared myself because I made a list of all the projects that I have at like the 70 to 80% complete mark that I could potentially work on during camp, and it's this one right here. This list right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these say like 3 to 4 da-da-da-da-das because I didn't actually list them out. I was like, I know that I have 3 or 4 of them. I don't want to be bothered to like search for them on the computer.
Yeah.
So some of these things are like multiple things, and it's fine, and I'm fine, and everybody's fine. Let's move on, Nia.
Yeah, it's great. I also did not anything for camp, but it will help me during camp because I got all of my daughter's progress reports. I have to, because since I'm homeschooling, I have to do the progress reports. So that's done. So I can not worry about that until May. So yeah, she's probably not going to finish until late June, but the kids around here go to school until June, to middle of June anyway. But her percentage is good. I think we started a little bit late just because with everything going on, it was just like, do we really want to do this?
Yeah.
We're going to go into June because we had COVID in November. And so we took all of November and then most of December to like slowly start doing school. And then it was Christmas time. So we stopped.
Yeah.
So we're going to go a little long too.
Yeah, she'll still have a summer, so it'll be fine. But I got them all done. So it's something I don't have to look at again until May. So I'm very glad that that's out of the way.
Good job.
Okay.
I was trying to continue cheating camp, and I wrote I wrote like 177 words.
Love it.
The beginnings are hard. I have to get into the mindset. Like I wrote out a bunch of stuff, so I know about the characters, but I like haven't written as the character, so I'm trying.
Yeah, that's fine. We won't call it cheating. We won't tell.
I don't think that's cheating again.
Thank you.
Pre-Camp Nano work.
Yeah.
Thank you. Exactly.
Oh, Angelina is here.
Oh, yes. Hi to everybody who just came.
Charlie is here. Vicky's here. Rainy
camp begins in an hour.
That's awesome.
Oh no.
I've got 2 hours and 10 minutes technically till camp now as well. I'm debating whether or not to stay up and start it, but then at the same time I really want to go to bed, so I probably won't. And then I'll attempt to
sleep, self-care.
Yeah.
I have to sleep and try and decide how I want to start the story before I start the story, so I don't stall on starting the story, which is
that is my
yes, I've done that.
The blank page, it gets you like at the beginning.
Yeah.
I always like to try and have like, this is going to be my first line. And so I already know what the first line is, so I can go from there. I don't have one this time yet, so I'm just like, should have maybe prepped for that. But there you go.
Yeah, it happens.
Has one more scene to revise today. That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Sin updated the digital journal. Creative brain is asleep state. Creative brain needs rest.
Yeah, let the creative brain rest sometimes.
Overworked from tomorrow onwards. Vicky's camp will see how much creative writing I can get done between rushing to complete all of my schoolwork and a crap ton of life stuff on top. I have an ambitious goal of some. Yes.
Ooh, yes.
That is daddy's.
I have sort of been lucky in the fact that I've never been at school while doing NaNoWriMo or Camp NaNoWriMo, because I started after school and after I'd done university, but still writing a lot of words in between life and work is, unless you manage it correctly, is a very, very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
It is.
Agree.
But yes, do as much as you can without burning yourself out.
Yeah.
Ashley, that is a very long list.
I know. I didn't mean to. Bye again. Goodbye again.
See, and I feel that I hate beginning so much, I usually write it last.
That's a good idea.
That's very interesting.
I've had to do that before. One time, I think I had like 3 different ways to start the fantasy novel, the one that I did for Nano, and I was like, I couldn't pick one, and I felt frozen for a little while because I'm like, how do I know what the next chapter is going to be if I can't figure out what the beginning is? And so I just was like, I know what it's going to be, one of these 3, and I just went on. And sometimes I'm like, I really don't know how to start it, but I know I want to start writing, so then I just have to start writing and get going.
Yeah.
I usually do like a paragraph of like free writing about what I'm about to write, so that I don't approach it blank. If I just, okay, so this scene is going to start here, and I think I don't want to start when they first wake up. So where does the tension begin in this scene? Well, maybe it could start here, and then I want to make sure that I include this little line and go from there. And generally, after I do a paragraph or 2 of just like stream of consciousness, this is kind of how I want the scene to go. I can end that in the little brackets and then keep going, and then delete all that later.
That's how I outline.
That's smart.
The blank page is scary.
Yeah,
that's how you outline?
Yeah, I can't. It started with Abingdon 1, and I don't know why I decided to do it this way, but I just decided to free write my outline. So I got my Google Docs open on, and I was just like, okay, so this is how I want it to start, and then maybe this could happen, and then this is going to lead into this. And I basically just rewrote how I wanted the plot to go and then filled in all of the bits and pieces. So now for Abingdon 2, I've basically just rewritten the outline for all of the chapters. Like, okay, so in this we need to see how her life is now, and then maybe this could happen, and we need to reintroduce all of these different characters, etc., etc. So I'm not working from like a blank page, but all of the little nitty-picky details, like what precisely they are going to be doing. Yeah. They're the bits I'm missing. But yeah,
and that's the bit that I would free write right before I wrote.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, free writing is very, very helpful, I feel. It is for me, at least.
Me too.
If I'm stuck as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
It's really fun during Camp Nano because those words are words you wrote.
True.
You did write them.
Yes. Rainey's been napping all day.
Ooh.
Not intentionally.
I miss being able to unintentionally nap.
Oh, yeah. It's.
I've never been able to nap. I wish I could.
Oh,
I'm so jealous.
No, yeah.
I can't nap either, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I can nap.
I lay there.
Yeah, it's like a waste of time.
And that's all I think about is that I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
Literally. I'm laying here. I'm exhausted. It's the middle of the day. I cannot sleep if it's the middle of the day. I should be doing this and this and this.
An 18-minute timer, and I give myself permission to close my eyes for 18 minutes. And sometimes I don't make it the full 18 minutes before I feel guilty again. But you get 18 minutes. You can close your eyes. And then when the alarm goes off, I'm usually mad because I was just about to be asleep. But 18 minutes is good. Like a little power nap.
even just closing your eyes and not napping can be refreshing as well.
Yeah.
So I can't nap with the kids in the house. I try to, but they're always loud. So I'll sort of like doze for a good 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm just like, this will be my rest. This will be my break. The kids will keep coming in and asking me questions, and I'll be like, but yeah, just so busy during the day. I'm like, I need to sit. I don't get to do it often.
Yeah.
Most of the time I just power through, like, I don't want to sleep now because I've got stuff to do. But sometimes I'm just like, no, I'm gonna nap. I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the most I can do is lay down, and because my mind will think about what I'm not doing, if I lay down and put on an audiobook, then I can at least lay down and relax because I feel like, okay, at least I'm doing something. But if I'm just laying there and it's the middle of the day, even if I'm tired, I start thinking about all the things I could or should be doing. I wish I could nap. I'm like, I'm tired. Close your eyes and go to sleep. I'm like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go. It doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't work. It's like I've got a whole half an hour where I don't have to do anything, but I could be doing that.
Your brain gives you all. You can do this and this and this and this. You're quiet, so your brain is not.
And then you go through the cycle of all the what would be the most beneficial use of this time, and you debate it until your 30 minutes is over.
Yeah, and then it was a waste of time, and you're like, "Wow, I could have just gone ahead and done that other thing anyway."
Foiled again.
Glad it's not just me.
I'm like Sid. It takes me a long time to fall asleep. My husband's like, you could be talking to him in like 2 seconds, and it's like, you're snoring. You were literally just words came out of your mouth 2 seconds ago. How did you fall asleep?
That's me.
I'm so jealous.
No thoughts.
Just
thanks, Regina.
Story. Don't worry about revisions till afterwards.
I
say that all the time, but I'm still like, this has to be good as I begin this story.
Yeah.
I'm like typing and I'm like, backspace, type. It's like literally the same sentence 3 times. I'm like, that word is not correct.
The thing I can't get over is when authors, like established authors, are like, here's a sample of my first draft. And they don't delete misspelled words. Like, how do you do that?
I couldn't do it. Like,
I have to fix the spelling.
I can't. If it's underlined, it will be fixed.
Yeah.
No, I'm so scared to even let anybody beta read my stuff because I feel like it has to be perfect. I don't know how I'm going to do this.
I will take it. I'm
like, it's not perfect. I can't let anybody.
I have no qualms in sending people. Oh my god. I have no qualms in sending people my first drafts. I'm just like, who wants to read this? It's full of mistakes and nothing makes sense, but I find it easier to revise the quicker I get outside opinion.
Do you guys do positivity passes or like ask for positivity passes, or do you go straight to critiques?
I go straight to critiques.
Oh, I don't do anything. I just sit on it forever and then get it to the 90% mark and then do nothing.
And then leave it.
I don't ask for positivity. Sorry, Sarah. I hope there is some, but I like when like it's honest. Like if this is wrong or not wrong, but like if this doesn't work for something or someone, then I want to know, and I want to know why. Like I like to talk about why it's not working.
Yeah, I have a person who I run everything through, and if I have something written, I show that. But it's like only one person. I'm like, no one else can see it until it's fixed. And it still needs to be edited and everything. So I'm just like, yeah.
To be fair, if the person who's reading your book is good at reading and giving critique, they will put in positive things as well as actual critique and constructive criticism. I know there are some people that don't do that, and some people are just like, oh, this is fantastic. But if they know what they're doing, they know how important it is, they will automatically put in the things that they like about it, as well as the things that they think could use some work.
Yeah, the person I have read it is not a writer, so he's not critiquing the writing. He's critiquing if he's enjoying it, if he's like, oh yeah, he's like in the genre.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, oh, this is exciting. This sounds good. Oh, have you thought about adding maybe this? Because you don't have to, but this is and so I can tell when he's going through it, when his eyes get and I'm like, oh, this is good. And I try not to stare. So I'm like, what is it? So I'm like, let me leave you alone. And not
I also get that feeling like when you're reading through a Google Doc and the person who owns the Google Doc, they pop up at the top of the Google Doc and you know that
oh no.
I'm like, as I'm reading through.
Like, let me save this for later when they're not here.
And like I also do the same thing. Like I can see that, oh, somebody's editing my doc. Let me just pop in and where's their cursor at?
Like I don't want someone to do it to me, but I want
100% want to do it.
I think the worst I've done is, I think it was when Sherry was reading the end of Abingdon 1, and I kept on getting email alerts about all the comments she was doing. So as she was doing all the comments, and I would just keep refreshing my email, like, has any more batch comments popped up yet? And I would just read through the comments as she's making them. And I'm just like, what does she think of it now? Where is she? Oh, she's here. Okay,
oh, no.
I literally did that when you were reading, Sarah, like the last day. I just keep getting like emails, Sarah.
Okay, yeah, so I beta read for day, and I read, like, she sent me 2 batches of chapters in one day. And I read through, was it 21 chapters? Like 70,000 words. I read it all in one day, like, I must know how this ends.
I loved it. And just reading through there was so much screaming in my email.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I love it.
I screamed a lot.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Sid, when I do
a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to read the question, Sarah?
If you listen to audiobooks, do you just sit and listen, or are you doing other stuff while listening?
Other stuff.
The most I'm not doing is when if I'm tired, that's the least I will do, but that's intentionally me knowing that I'm tired and I'm trying to rest, because I can't rest if my mind's not got something going on. Otherwise, if I put on an audiobook, it's because I can't stop and read, but I want to read. So if I'm driving, I'd rather listen to an audiobook than music, probably 50-50 on audiobook or music. And if I have chores to do, I'd rather listen to an audiobook than just,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm usually doing something. I'll listen to music too, but it's got to be one or the other. So if I'm not in the mood for music, then I will pop on an audiobook. But I rarely just listen to an audiobook and just like sit there.
I can't listen to audiobooks.
Honestly, I was the exact same, Sarah, until like just this last couple of months. I started listening to audiobooks, and like, if the narration is good, some like I can't remember what I was trying to listen to. Mexican Gothic, I think I was trying to listen to, and I just couldn't get into like the audiobook, but like I listened to the series of unfortunate events. My little sister and I are listening to them together.
I love those.
Yes, they're amazing.
I have them. I love them.
Yes, I like read them when I was a kid, but now
exactly.
Same, yeah.
So we're listening to them, which is amazing. It's so much drama. Like I love it. But like her and I will like bullet journal together and like doodle and do art and whatever while we listen to the books. So, but I don't just listen to the book. I have to be
no. If I'm going to just sit there, I have to sit there and actually read.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Either the iPad or the book. But if not an audiobook. I think that the same thing would happen. If I was just sitting listening to an audiobook, I might start thinking about what other things I should be doing. So I have the same problem because now my physical body should be moving.
What do you just like stare at the wall or something? Or?
Yeah, like how does that work?
You should not be stationary.
Yeah.
My mind and body are a complicated thing.
Yeah, I can't. I have to read in order to like take in and process information. So for me to just sit and listen to an audiobook, I would get distracted somehow and I would miss half of what they're saying. It's the same with podcasts. I try and listen to podcasts, but there's so many times where I've just like focused out and started daydreaming or something, and I come back in and I'm just like, oh wait, crap, I'm supposed to be listening to something right now. Whoops, what did they say? I've missed it all. So yeah, I just can't listen. I have to read at the same time, which is a shame because I feel audiobooks will help me read more books. But yeah, I just can't. Like, I'd listen to the words, but I wouldn't know what was going on.
I totally get that, because I find, especially with character names, because I feel like there's a difference when you read the name and this is what this character's name is. But I was listening to You Should See Me in a Crown, and I was like trying to differentiate who the characters were in this friend group. But because I wasn't reading the names, I was getting kind of confused. I don't know if that makes any sense. But
no,
it doesn't have permanence in my head because I haven't actually read the name. And there's like nicknames and whatever. And I feel like if I was reading it, I would like make the connection. But I'm listening, so I'm like, wait, who am I talking to?
Yes, that happened with me with Children of Blood and Bone. Okay. So I knew I was going to get the hard copy of the book, but I wanted to go ahead and start, and I had to make a decision. Do I want to get the audiobook or the Kindle? So I went ahead and got the audiobook, and I was like, love it so much.
It's on my list.
It's so good. But I was like, wait, who's that? Who's that? And I'm like, she kind of does what they do in Six of Crows, where it's this character's point of view. So then sometimes I was like, wait. So I was like, wait. Let me wait until I get the book. So I don't mind listening to the audiobook, but sometimes I want to see who the characters are first. And then sometimes if it's in first person or third person unlimited, where it's only in that character's voice, it's not as hard. But because you're flipping from one character's point of view to another, and then they're talking about the other character when it's in their point of view. Sometimes I was like, wait a minute, who are we? And I'm like, I thought that was so-and-so, and we're in this other part. So I was like, wait a minute, let me get established with who the characters are, because I don't want that. And I think if you guys remember, I said I had started it and then had stopped. That's why I couldn't quite get into it yet.
Yeah.
Narrator is very good though, just her voices, and it's very authentic. So that I liked, but I just needed a chance to see the characters on the paper. So then after I got the hard copy of the book and I was able to, then I could go switch back and forth from the book to the audio when I was doing something. But that 30-second, there's a 30-second back on the audiobooks, because when you're doing something, sometimes you get into what you're doing. You're like, oh man, I missed the whole thing. Let me go back.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah.
Hit that
Thanks
back
for
2
the
times.
question. Right, let us pull ourselves back.
Oh yeah.
Because we have derailed.
That it happens every time.
It always happens. It always happens.
Yeah, don't say it like we got derailed. Oh no, they know we're going to get derailed. They know.
So who had 10 o'clock for derailment of the conversation?
We made it an hour. Come on.
We made it a whole hour.
And then we had technical difficulties in the beginning.
We did, yes. So less than an hour.
Yeah. So we started with chaos and then got derailed. We're doing this.
We did good. We did good. Right. So do we want to talk about what we wanted to get done in March but didn't quite manage to? Ashley? Oh, she's
All
got
right,
a
and you're
list.
muted, I think.
Are you muted?
Oh,
No, she's
okay. She's yeah.
Yes,
Like,
I am muted.
Oh, she's double muted.
Did you? Oh, yeah. I went. He came in here. They unlocked the door. And he came in here and brought me some fruit snacks.
Aw,
And then he
that's
came back and asked for them back. And then he came back a third time and was like, I can't open them. You silly. I was like, you're right. Okay. So things that we wanted to get done but didn't do is the question. Okay. So I wanted to have 2 manuscripts for my critique group, but I only got 1. And I got it that very first week. And then it was like, okay, I've done 50% of that task, checked that off, and then like never thought about it again. I think I talked about already that I wanted to have this full of cards with scenes so that I could write a book. And now it's just full of to-do lists. So that's fine. It's full of something. And I wanted to track the amount of time I spent writing versus the amount of time I spent hanging out on social media. And that made me feel bad. And so I stopped.
okay.
I did really well for a week. And then I went, oh, I'm on social media all the time. The solution, obviously, is to stop tracking.
Yeah.
That's not to change my habits. It's just to stop looking at them so closely.
Yeah. Because obviously it's where you want to be. So
look, if
So
we
that's
were,
my.
oh yeah, mine too. We don't need to look at mine. It's fine. 4 hours 17. Okay, I'll pull mine up. Mine
It's
is.
gonna work.
Oh wait,
Well,
was that
today I'm doing
weekly or
okay.
daily?
Was that weekly or daily?
That's today.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was a day? Oh,
That's today.
I thought that was a week.
Oh, no. I'm always on my phone instead of writing. That's one day. I'm very terrible.
My average is 6, but we're not going to talk about today. Today is going to end up being higher than that. Oops.
Okay.
Yeah, but like sometimes I have to look up the important questions. Sarah knows that I spend time on Google. Yes. We have talked about the things we Google. We don't need to talk about them if you don't want to. But what? Oh, well, you would like another piece of paper? Sure thing. There. You're welcome. See ya. No. Love you. Bye,
Sid
everybody.
Didn't even install it. I love it.
I will now mute myself so that we can hear more about what Nia wanted to get done but was unable to accomplish. Sentences are things I wanted to get accomplished but were unable to. Not sure why. Nia?
Oh, goodness. So what I wanted to get done, there's a little bit more reading that I wanted to do. I wanted to finish Story Genius. I did not finish it, but I am working through the projects. So it's not finished, but I'm not disappointed that I'm not finished with it, if that makes sense. But I am doing what I said. Now I have a list of things that I want to do. And instead of being upset at all the things I don't do, I am looking at how much I did get done. It makes me feel better about myself. It's way better than looking at all the things I didn't do. So there are some things that I didn't quite finish. But I think all of the main things, I think I'm on point with all of the main things. But yeah, just I didn't finish Story Genius. I didn't do my planner for April because my planner got ruined. So now I literally have to wait for a new planner. Yes, it's one of those situations where it's sitting on the counter and it was on like the table, the island. And so bags were put on and then another bag got put on, but everything got pushed. and it was like a thunk. And it's like, what? Did you hear something? And then dawns on you later, like, oh my gosh. And you look and it's in the dog water, but that's okay.
Oh no.
And the planner blows up like this. It's not usable. And then you have to wait for a new one. Oh yeah.
That's hard.
I'm very sorry.
I'm glad I didn't do what I wanted to do. I was going to, back in December when I totally got derailed and got nothing done. I was going to make my own planner, like, decorate it, do the whole thing, but I didn't have time. And then it was January, so I just bought one. So at least it's not that. If I would have spent like days and weeks making my whole planner and then it got messed up, then I would be in tears. So it's not the end of the world, but I'm not done with, I need to do April and I'm not going to be able to do it till Saturday. So hopefully I won't forget all the things I have to do tomorrow. So yeah, it's not the end of the world.
It is a bummer.
Yeah. How about you, Day? Anything you didn't get done that you were hoping?
For reading and writing wise, I wanted to finish the book that I'm beta reading by somebody named Sarah Cahill. It's amazing. First of all, just let me put that out there. I'm just extremely slow, but I'm like halfway, and just look out, world.
Yes,
this book is coming for you. So I didn't finish that. I also have been like very inconsistent this month with like tracking words and stuff just in general. I think it's just tiredness. I'm trying. So that's next month. I'm on it. Yeah. And exercise, even though it's not really relevant. I messed up my knee, so taking it slow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's okay. I'm getting there. It's okay. I'm like an 80-year-old in a 24-year-old's body. It's fine. It's fine.
I understand.
Thank you. Thank you. Sarah.
I wanted to read a book. I did not read a book. I read Day's book instead. So I beta read and finished one. It was just prep for camp, really, which I half-assed the outline. And I 3/4 asked the magic system I was supposed to be sorting out, in which I did not go into nearly enough detail as I wanted to. So that I'm just going to have to wing when I get to it and pants it in April, which I'm now not looking forward to, but can't go back and change the past now, can I? Whoopsie daisy. Basically, I was not as productive as I wanted to be in my head. Another month went by where I forgot I'm supposed to be doing Milwordy. I don't know how far behind I am now. I'm scared to look.
Oh.
But I also haven't been tracking that this month either. So
I can tell you where I am, give or take.
Have you been tracking it?
Yes, give or take.
Didn't you hit like 500k like 2 months ago though?
Oh wow.
I'm at 790,000.
Wow, you're gonna make it.
Day's doing fantastic.
You can do it. You can do it double.
I'm trying, but
I'm not.
My book is also 236,000 words.
Was that 400,000 at my last count? And that was in November. So maybe about 500, maybe. I don't know. I've not been writing much this year so far. So, but I don't want to look because then I'll be like, damn, now I have to write lots and lots over the next few months to actually hit 1 million words. But then I'm also like, if I don't check, how will I know how well I'm doing? So it's sort of like a, do I or don't I? Either way,
That's
it's going to stress me out whether I know or not, really. So which is going to stress me out more?
Yeah, I'm doing half mil wordy and I don't know where I'm at. So I think I'm going to check maybe in June or July. I'll total it all up and see how I'm doing. So I might be surprised and be like, I know I'm still a little bit. So cute. But so I have no idea. So either I'm going to look in probably the end of June and be like, oh, I'm so far away. Not happening. Done. Or I'm going to surprise myself and be like, oh, look, I'm halfway there or almost there. And so that's, but I keep checking. Nobody's like posting anything in the chaos Discord about where they're like, it's like nobody said anything in a while. So I'm like, is everybody like not tracking or just not posting?
I think it's gotten
nervous?
To the point. Yeah, I think it's with Millward. It was it's this really cool, fantastic new like challenge, and I think it was because Kate started doing it. Everyone was like rushing to, oh, that's fantastic, I'll do it as well. But then Kate stopped at the end of the year and then restarted, and then because she's not updating anything about it, and then everyone's sort of like not also doing it, or they're dropping off, or they're stopping because it's too much for them. So I think it was just one of those, this is such a fantastic idea, and then everyone was just like, wait, no, it's not.
Like, words are hard. Why did I say I'm gonna do this again?
Yeah,
that's why I
challenge.
Yeah, that's why I think if I just start writing, I think I might just do it without thinking about it. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna see around June or July. I'll total up all my words and actually look and see how this went. I'm like, I might surprise myself, or I'll be so far off that I'll know never ever to attempt one.
all I know is that you need to write almost 3,000 words per day to hit the 80k per month, and I'm like, I know I have not been doing that for the past 3 months. So
yeah, and it's one of those things. 3,000 words a day. I know I can do that.
Yeah,
but am I?
I know I can do that for a month or maybe 2, but then I think what will happen is I will spend 6 months not writing at that point, trying to push that hard.
Honestly, that's what's happened with me. Yeah.
Millwordy sounds like a lot of fun, but it sounds like one of the, and I, I'm a girl who loves a challenge, right? So I love a project, I love a challenge, but that feels like a lot. And it feels like a really good way to burn out if you're not a person who already knows like this is doable. And for me, I don't know if I could do a half in a year, just because I write so many different things. Like I wrote a 50-word children's story, and that took a very long time and a lot of mental energy, but it only counts as 50 words towards the total.
Yeah, the comic is the same way. When I can do a comic scene that takes days to just do one comic. It might only have like 250 words, but it took me days to do that because I'm also drawing and I'm trying to piece together the scenes. So I'm like,
I think it's really good for somebody who's got multiple or is already knows that they can handle doing 3,000 words a day for the long haul. But at that point, I just know
that's not a challenge anymore, though.
Yeah, it's not.
I
know it's still hard to make yourself do it every day, even if you're like, I know that I can, but I keep saying maybe I'll try a quarter mil wordy. But I don't think.
See, I went into it like I have tons of projects. I have to rewrite this book. I have to rewrite this book. Then it's November, and then we've got all the camps, and I've got so much rewriting and all my projects to do. But even then, like at the beginning of this year, I was like, okay, so I'm done rewriting that one. I'm done rewriting that one. I'm sort of in between and getting betas out for these other two. Like, what do I do now?
I have a list of things that if you need anything, I'll share with you.
Pass it over, I'll count it all.
I'll share with you.
Oh, I want to let Vicky know that the wrap-ups are more chatty than sprinty, but if you need another sprint, let us know.
Yeah.
I will be doing sprints at 7:00. We're going to do 2 hours straight of sprints. But the wrap-up is more chatty, so we can find out how everybody's doing and just kind of encourage each other. So I know we don't post all the comments, but we are reading the comments.
Yes.
How everybody's doing. So someone is stuck on something or needs help, we're reading through so that we can keep a check on you guys.
When are you streaming tonight?
Or if you have any questions, I'm streaming tonight at 7.
Okay, so like 6 my time. So you're going 6 to 8, right? Or 7 to 9 your time.
7 to 9. Mm-hmm.
7 to 9 your time, 6 to 8 my time, and then 30 minutes later I start streaming. So
so we got lots of needs before camp starts, or if camp has already started for you. For those of you who camp has already started, if you need that, we got you tonight. Me and Ashley, we got you tonight. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's tons also on YouTube. Can I bring up my Twitch calendar? It's very awful Twitch calendar. But if you do need more sprints, everyone's got you covered.
Yeah, so, look at that.
There we go.
Oh my goodness.
I'll read out what there is at the end.
Oh,
for everybody. Let me go back to this. Okay. Okay, so we talked about what we did and didn't do last month.
Yes.
We have spoken about our Camp NaNoWriMo goals.
Yes.
For next month. Who's excited for Shadow and Bone on the 23rd of April?
So excited. My husband walked in and brought me. I just got...
Oh, cool.
Okay, so it was supposed to come yesterday. And then they told me that everything, I guess, was delayed and I wasn't going to get it till Thursday. So I just totally put it out of my head. And then it came a day early. So I think they told us Thursday, just in case. So then instead of being disappointed that
you're excited again. That's what they do at Disney World.
I'm like, I'm on to you guys, but still it worked because
I'm on to you, but thank you.
So I was mad, but now I'm not.
I'm excited because I'm going to get the second dose of the shot right around then, so I can just recover and I get to pick whatever I want to watch on TV.
Yay.
So it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think I'm getting my second shot around that time too. I think before it though.
Right,
or maybe I think the day before.
Ooh, we'll see. Then that'll be perfect. Because the second shot is apparently a doozy.
The only thing I can think of is okay. It's during camp, so I have to make sure that I write my words before I sit down and watch the show. Like that's my reward. But then I think to myself, I'm doing a watch party on the 23rd, so I can't actually start watching it until 9 o'clock at night to have this watch party with everybody, which means that I can technically only watch the first and possibly second episode on the day it comes out, and then I have to sleep.
You're going to be
is it coming out all at once?
Yeah, they're doing drop the whole thing, right?
I'm assuming it's Netflix, so I assume so. If it was week by week, I would have loved it because then week by week, just a watch party for every single episode. But yeah, I'm like, I can only watch the first episode and then I have sleep.
So Day says she doesn't know all the things, so she has.
I need like a pitch or something here because I don't know anything about Shadow.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, just the size. I'm so sorry.
Hang on.
I am so tired that when you went to light the candle, I tried to look and see what scent it was. I was like, oh, what kind of, I can't see.
It is cactus blossom.
Oh, that sounds nice.
And it smells real good. I don't know what a cactus blossom is supposed to smell like, but this is nice.
They smell kind of fruity.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the fruit from the cactus is real good.
So this is
okay. I didn't even know they had fruit. Okay.
I do locate the books, but I did not. So
that's 6 of Crows. I got you, Sam. We got Sarah. We got this is the Shadow and Bone series. I've I'm guessing that they're going to tell the whole show just from what it looks like in the trailer.
It looked like they had Six of Crows characters.
Yes, Six of Crows characters.
They do.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, did we just spoiler?
Sorry.
Sarah?
No, it's not a spoiler.
Okay.
I was in the trailer.
Yes.
It's well known that they're going to be in it. So
they're on the IMDb. The characters are cast. I think they said that there's only a couple of characters that aren't cast from Six of Crows, but
Wylan is not. I know that for a fact because he's not in season 1. But he's not in season 1 because the Six of Crows storyline predates the Six of Crows.
I have not read this book. Maybe
that's
I should
fine.
like that one.
That's fine because the characters from Six of Crows don't share the same storyline as the book. They have a different storyline.
Yeah,
because Shadow and Bone takes place 3 years before Six of Crows does.
But there is some overlap, I think.
I know what their plot is. I know what their plot is.
Their overlap is in Six of Crows, so you'll see a couple of the characters from Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows. So I'm not sure how they're going to play out the story, but they do have some of the Six of Crows characters are cast. But if it's the Shadow and Bone, so I don't know if it'll be the past Shadow and Bones or something. I'm just excited to see how it's all going to work out. But I'm happy my favorite character is going to be is cast, so she's going to be in it. So I'm like, what? And now I have new favorite characters after reading the King of Scars. I'm like, I like these characters so much better than because you get more detail characters. So
see, I was never a massive fan of Shadow and Bone when I read the series. I read Six of Crows first.
Yeah, I did
and
too.
Then Shadow and Bone didn't live up to Six of Crows for me story-wise or character-wise, even though they are set in the same universe. And then King of Scars disappointed me. I was hoping it'd be so much better than it actually was. I don't remember why now. I've read it ages ago. But I just remember thinking Six of Crows is still better than this book.
It is. Okay. And it is. And that's why I'm so glad that you said that you didn't like it as much as Six of Crows. So I went in not expecting Six of Crows. And it was great because I thought it was as good, if better. I think it was better than Shadow and Bone. It was
better than Shadow and Bone, but then it's got my favorite character from Shadow and Bone in King of Scars. So I was like, it's going to be better anyway. It just wasn't as good as I thought it would be based on who was the main character of the book.
Okay, maybe, I guess so. Now that I think about it, but I was excited. Characters that they highlighted were two of the main characters that I wanted to know more about, and then there's a particular, if you guys know me, there's one fantasy creature that is my all-time favorite, and it is in there. And as soon as I saw this creature, I was like, yes.
Was that a good quick synopsis for you? Did we summarize it really well?
Was that good?
I have no idea what the book is about.
Okay, so so Shadow and Bone takes place in the Grishaverse, which is a fantasy world. It's based Ravka, which is based on Russia, and it follows Alina, whose second name I can't remember. Is it Markov? It follows Alina, who is a map maker. Who is traveling through something called the Fold through Ravka, which is this massive darkness filled with terrifying creatures that separates the country in half. She finds out through events that she is the Sun Summoner, which is like this ancient mythical Grisha, who are people with special abilities. And she is the key to destroying this Fold and reuniting the two halves of the country. So the story follows her attempting to do so.
No pressure.
Without any spoilers, that is.
Yeah,
I
don't know how to do it without.
Thank you.
Without spoilers.
Starkov, I was close.
Yeah, Starkov.
They mentioned that she's a map maker like 6 times in the trailer. They say it several times.
I'm a map maker, sir.
The map maker. I'm just a map maker. Yeah. Over and over again. I was like,
but it is that theme.
Really?
It is that theme of that there is the humans that have magic, kind of, versus the humans that don't have magic. So if you've seen that story of, you know, how do they interact with each other? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Do they trust each other? You know, because, you know, how we humans are, when someone is stronger than us, can do things we can't do, that can be intimidating. So that makes for very interesting dynamics. And she just does it really well in the books. So we'll see how the show plays out. So
I just discovered while we were talking that the app that I have like my ebooks on has Shadow and Bone on here. When does the premiere happen?
The 23rd.
You have like 4 weeks.
You could do it. But during camp, though.
At least
I'll
the first
make it work.
book.
Yeah.
At least the first book. If you want to go in knowing what it's about, at least the first book.
Yeah.
Six of Crows, while the characters aren't actually in the book following that storyline, the characters in the TV show are going to be following their own storyline that takes place at the same time as Shadow and Bone. So you will see those characters as well. Kaz, Inej, and Jasper. They're thieves, basically.
Don't we love to hear it?
From across the sea. So yeah, that is Shadow and Bone. You can see immediately how everyone just started fangirling over this.
I'll be ready, guys, for the premiere. I'll be
awesome.
I'll be on it.
I am, so I'm hosting a watch party for that. I don't quite know how it's going to go down, but I just assume it'll be all of us are just going to watch on our own Netflix at the same time. Live streaming it, and so we'll talk about it afterwards.
Because we can be on screen like this, but we can't show it. So my plan is, as long as no one hears the Netflix, like, can we be unmuted ourselves to hear our reactions? I know I've seen people do watch parties before, so I'll see what they do. But I feel like being able to hear our reactions will be a lot more interesting than just us staring at a screen going.
Do they listen to it on their headphones so that they can hear it?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's probably
I know that someone did they did a weekly watch party with WandaVision. I know someone who did a watch party together with some friends for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, I love Avatar.
Yes. So it's going to be. Need to find some more hosts for that actually. But that'll be at 9:00. No, it won't. That'll be at 4 p.m. EST because I need to save the American time. It's just easier for everybody.
Because then we're all doing math. What is that? Daylight savings? Oh, everybody's had daylight savings.
A mess. We cannot.
No daylight savings to worry about now. It's fine. I say EST because most of the people I talk with are American, and most of them are EST. If not, they're CST, so they can easily get the time difference from EST. It's a bit more difficult with GMT because everyone's just like, "What is that?" But 4 p.m. GMT EST watch party. We're going to talk a little bit beforehand, then fangirl about it afterwards. And then I get to go to bed while everyone else has the rest of the day to watch all the rest of the series.
And then you have to avoid us
and then I have to avoid you all for the next day until I've watched it in between 4 children and a husband. So I'll be like, don't talk to me for the next 8 hours.
So you can do it, Day. We'll get you all caught up.
Thank you. I'm gonna do it. Do it.
Yeah. But
at least the first one.
At least the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no. I read too slow to read anything more than the first one.
Okay.
I don't see it being more than the first book in the first series, because it's only 8 or 9 episodes long.
Yeah, and I think if you want to know who the Six of Crow characters are, you could probably read part of the first of Six of Crows. You don't even have, but you'll, by the time you get like a third of the way through Six of Crows, you'll know who Kaz, Inej, and Jasper are.
To be fair, they'll probably have a pretty good introduction in the book as well. Anyway, in the show anyway. Because they are 2 different series, so they might have just a decent, you going into it as someone who doesn't know the characters, you get a good introduction to them as well, hopefully.
Six of Crows is literally like a heist book that takes place in the world that has been developed from Shadow and Bone. So it's like you living in the country that you live in, and all the political stuff is going on, but you're living your life. So that's what Six of Crows is doing. These people within the world, with all the wars and all of the people doing all the things, this is how they're living their little criminal lives, you know?
Yeah.
All their wild stuff. So it's more narrowed, which might be one of the reasons. It's so good, but it's like a roller coaster that's always at an 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, like always up, where the other books more are laying out the story and then have those moments of high intensity, but they're more laying out the whole story, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
When I was go ahead.
I was going to say, if you are going to read Six of Crows, make sure you have the sequel to hand.
Yeah, you're going to want to go right into it. Crooked Kingdom.
Crooked Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna be like me and just want to go. I like literally rolled right into the next one. It's one of those books where when you get to the end, you don't want to have to wait to find out what happens. Like, it should just be one massive book.
I got to the end and went, damn it, and then went out immediately the next day and bought the sequel, because I was just like, I need to read it.
Yep.
Well, you guys have hyped it up well. I will hop on the bandwagon. I will join you.
What were you going to say, Ashley?
Oh, when I was reading Six of Crows, I was writing something, and I was a little nervous that what I was writing was maybe too risque for YA. Not like ooh risque, but like, ooh, this is kind of gritty. And then I read Six of Crows, and I was no longer afraid of that. I think I was less than 50 pages in, and I looked up at my husband and was like, I'm no longer worried. He was like, I don't want to know what happened. No, you do not. Let me tell you anyway.
I was very, this is a YA book? What?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mentally aged them up because I'm like, these are babies.
There's no way Kaz Brecker is 17 years old. I'm sorry. I was 17 years old.
Like,
I was.
See, like, I always say it makes sense for the world that he lives in.
That's true.
But for us, it's like, no. Go to school.
What are you doing? Unless you
love it.
You are a baby. Why are you on your own, hanging out with these bad influences?
These bad people.
The characters are YA, so they're YA age, but I mentally aged them up. But whew, they've had a rough life.
Yeah.
Yes. Are any of you up to a heist?
Yes.
Maybe.
Reading one in the newspaper.
Yeah.
I get so nervous not doing a heist, just like living my day-to-day life, that I think I would keel over.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is. If I see something that I know is good, I'm like, that's gonna end badly. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And that's basically me throughout the whole reading the books. Oh, I can't.
This is a bad idea.
Don't do this.
They're
gonna do it. Oh, don't do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a really exciting haunted house book, but without ghosts. Don't go do that. Don't go into the house. They went in the house.
Yeah. And maybe you have to be that young to actually think you can do this.
Yes.
Because anyone who has lived an adult life is like, that's crazy. Don't do that.
Yeah. I do have to remember that young adult books are like aimed towards young adults, and so they're allowed to be messier than I would want them to be as a very boring adult.
Yeah.
I'm a very boring adult, and I'm okay with that. I've worked very hard to become a very boring adult. Yay! But you know, kids in young adult books and kids that are reading young adult books are messy, and they like to see themselves reflected in those messy characters and see growth to remind, like, to know, oh, yes, growth is possible, and it's okay to be a messy human version of myself.
Yeah, they are impulsive, and their emotions and feelings are all jumbled up. You're just putting them in an extreme situation where you're like, you're just a baby. You should not be doing that. Oh, but this is the world they live in. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It's like
they aren't living at home with mom and dad.
Writing 17-year-olds as someone who's not 17 and hasn't been 17 for a very long time. It's like, what's the stupidest thing a person could do in this situation? That is probably what they would be doing right now. I would do this, but I can't think about what I would do. What would a stupid 17-year-old do?
When I get stuck planning for young adult or middle grade, the thing that I do is I list 20 things that the kid could do. And I notice that, like, my more rational adult brain writes the first 5 things are always like, well, this, as an adult, this is what I would do. And then as you get down towards the list, because you have to do 20, which is an arbitrary number, you start getting more and more outside the box, because you've got to fill up all 20 things. And the wackier, the more inventive, the maybe less smart, more impulsive things always show up towards the end of the list, and then I pick from those.
That's what you pick.
So,
that's really good. I like that. I might have to give that a try and steal that from you.
Good. I stole it from Disney.
That sounds very...
I took a creativity class at Disney World, and that was one of the things that they do for their business solutions is they pick a random, usually it's more than 20, but like, okay, we have a problem at our parks, and the problem is this. List 40 possible solutions. Everybody get together, list 40 solutions, and then like the first percentage are like well, this would be the thing
obvious.
To do. Yeah. This is very obvious. But those usually are either like too costly to implement or not actually going to solve the problem. And as they get further and further down the list, they notice that the more inventive, like this simpler but way more effective solutions don't show up at the beginning. They show up towards the middle and the end of your brainstorming session. That was one of the things that we did in our class was we had to find a problem at Disney World and then like go through the steps that an Imagineer would do. So that's what I do when I'm writing, but I do it way less because there's just me. I'm not a room full of people trying to come up with a solution. I am one person trying to make life harder for a fictional person.
Yeah. That's one good thing about having teenage kids is who like to be funny. My kids think that they're very funny. Like, I'm like, I can ask them a question. What would you do if such and such? And I know in my head what the obvious solution is. But it's it's funny to listen to a teenager say, "Oh, you could totally do that," and then they'll play off of each other about some. I'm like, that is insane. You guys are gonna get yourselves killed doing that. Let me take notes.
And
then I have to tell them, don't ever do that.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, when the kids were going around doing all of those like cinnamon challenges and I literally told my kids, I said, you're going to be asked to do these things. I said, do not do it. And I said, if anybody ever asked you to do a challenge, I said, call me first because I'm not going to the emergency room over something that I do not want to be on the news because you did this stupid challenge. Just text me and I will be the one to say, don't do that. Also, tell your friend, don't do that. And if they insist on doing it, you just watch. Have 911 on standby, but don't you dare do that. So they would sometimes text me, hey, Mom, I just heard about this top challenge. I'm like, stop messing with me, but in case you're not joking, no, don't do it. I don't know with teenagers. They might try to do the crazy thing. A lot of them did.
I mean, you get the cute little ones, like, what was it, the challenge where you had to like lie down flat on something, which some people did like innocently, and then some people did stupidly, like climbing to the top of like a McDonald's sign and doing it there.
Yeah.
Oh, you had like the cinnamon.
They were doing the weird plank. Just where can you do a place to do a plank?
Yeah.
I have a kid that did that. The cinnamon one, I was like, that's what I was like. I draw the line. Yes, let's find that.
Also, question: do you only do monthly goals, or do you do dailies, yearlies, etc. as well?
All of the above.
Ashley.
Go ahead, Ashley.
Planking, yes, thank you. Do you have all the lists, Ashley?
I do. This is my yearly goals. They have a Critical Role washi tape because I love Critical Role.
My husband will be jealous because he loves Critical Role.
Okay, so my tape says, so how do you want to do this? And I thought that was perfect for goals, and also it's critical. Yes. Oh, I love it. So I have my yearly goals, and then I have them here, and I have one marked off. That's pretty exciting. And I'm working on all of them, but what I do generally is I have this open, and I use this as a jumping off point for my monthly goals, right? So I have my monthly goals here that are things that are going to help me get closer to finishing my yearly goals. And then I take that and then I look at the week and go, what can I fit in this week? And then the night before, or these days, the morning before, because after having COVID, sometimes I have a lot of energy and sometimes I don't have any. And so like the morning of, I'll go, on a scale of 1 to 100, how's my energy level doing today? And then I will figure out how I can break these down into smaller daily, like it would be ridiculous for me to not move forward with this steps.
Yeah.
I also have 3, 5, and 10-year goals, but I don't look at those so much. I look at them at the end of the year and go, is this something I still want? No, never. It never is. It never is.
Yeah.
But I do all the goals because lists make me feel like I have some semblance of control in this chaotic life.
Yes. I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, but like in January, I did not know that I was going to start making paper or playing with making yarn or meeting everyone in this fabulous community, or like all of these things that are happening now are not things that I could have known when I was making my goals back in the end of December. So I make goals, but then I hold them loosely.
Yes.
It's totally fine for me to look and be like, actually, this thing that I wrote back in January no longer fits my life, and it's totally okay to let go of that. And so I make goals, but I'm not stressed about hitting them. It's just like kind of a, yay, I did it, or when I do.
Yeah. I used to be very strict with my monthly goals, where if I didn't get something done, it would stress me out. Like, I honestly, I just did not get things done. If I put it on my goals, it got done. And then I had 4 kids and a husband, and I tried to fit them in that, and you cannot fit them in that. So it trained my mind that I can't control everything around me. And then having kids, they're now teenagers with such different personalities. It just, as you get older, it really either will make you extremely hard one way or it will just loosen you up. And I decided I'm just going to loosen up because I saw how stressed out my mom was, who's very similar, because when her 5 kids weren't doing exactly what she needed them to do, she would just be like, what is wrong with you kids? Why don't you understand it? I'm like, of course it may. And I'm listening, of course it makes sense to you, Mom. And it makes sense to me because, but these kids are driving you crazy because you have 5 very different kids. And so I have my oldest child who is perfectly in the middle of the box. Every teacher has loved her. She's been every teacher's teacher pet. Not valedictorian, but salutatorian when she graduated. Like, she is that child in the center of the box. And I have one child who's in the box. I have one child who's way outside the box. He will in the box, take what he wants out the box, and go back outside the box. My fabulous child who is in the box, out the box, in the box, out the box, wherever he wants to be. Oh, he'll sit in the box for a long time now. Now he wants to be out. Now he's dancing all around the box. So what happens? You can't be so, rigid.
Yeah. So
I've learned looking at them how to not be so stressed out, and that, hey, if these things don't get done, it is okay. Because I still have more time, and what's most important. So I do all of these things. I kind of have life goals, but my life goals have changed. I used to want to be a judge. And then I wanted to be a politician. If I were either of those things right now, I would rip out all my hair and I would be just depressed and miserable right now. Yeah. So glad I am not. So as far as life goals change, if I can't hold myself to that. And I think I'm older than all of you ladies, but so I've learned a lot. But the monthly goals, I love my monthly goals, but they're more of a list. Yeah. And when I get things done, and even I'm still learning more now, as I get things done, I've learned to appreciate what I get done and not stress out about what I haven't got done, because then the list just changes. So then next month that adjusts. And as Ashley was saying, there's things that I have started doing even in authorship that I wouldn't have thought about back in November because I didn't know. So how could I really have set that as a goal? So I just added in, and it gets put in wherever it is on the list of priorities. And as these things get done, they're marked off as things that are done. And I see that I'm accomplishing so much. Do I accomplish everything at one time? No, but the list is still there. I'm still living. I still got time. And, I can be proud of the things that I've done. So I love my monthly goals. I like my weekly goals. Weekly goals are the more realistic, the more immediate, because you can more see where you're going to be at within 7 days. Then monthly, then yearly. And the lifetime goals is like, who knows what I'm going to be? I'm a fitness instructor now. I never thought I was going to be a fitness instructor when I was 20. I'm just the girl who would go to the gym because it was on my list. And from this time to this time, I would be at the gym working out. And then the next thing, but I didn't think I was going to be a fitness instructor, So not so much on the lifetime goals.
What about you, Day?
I don't really do goals, which is probably not a good thing. I do find they kind of stress me out a little bit. Like I have obviously like in my head, like I want to finish this draft or I want to do this, like a broad goal. But I find like I have tried like doing it weekly and monthly, but it's hard, like you said, to account for like life and whatnot and like work. And what is my energy going to be like after work? If I have a hard week, I'm exhausted. Well, now all of these goals that I've planned out for this week are like, they get a X or whatever. They don't get a check mark. So I don't really do goals like weekly, monthly, maybe like a yearly goals. Like I have stuff that I want to do this year. And however they happen is however they happen.
Yeah. I like that.
That's good.
I have to have the lists because otherwise I will forget the things that I want to get done and we'll get to November and be sad. Oh no. Or be super stressed because I have a month to get everything done and I will try. I have tried. I have failed.
Yeah. I have to have a list because of 4 kids, and I've got basketball and volleyball and soccer and a college. So if I didn't have the list, I would always do their things first, and then when I'm tired and it's bedtime,
that's the energy you would have for you.
I would not have definitive time to do the things that I need to do if I didn't. But because I know, okay, today or at least sometime this week. So if something pops up, the kid's like, Mom, I've got to go somewhere. Then I say, okay, at least I know sometime this week I've got to get. It's okay if it doesn't get done today, but at least sometime this week this thing needs to get done. And it's on that list of, like I said, the priorities, where some things aren't going to get done. They just get held off till later. And that's okay, because then I look at the things, like you said, that I did get done. I'm like, look at all the things I did, because I'm getting a lot of things done. So I don't want to ever be disappointed, and because we can be hard on ourselves. Yeah. When we don't do all of the things we think we should or need to do. And I'm just at that age where I don't want to be stressed out anymore.
See, I used to be exactly the same. I used to have my yearly goals, and then my monthly goals, and then weekly goals. Mm-hmm. And then my monthly goals would be based on what I want to do for the year, and then my weekly goals would be based on what I want to do for those particular months. Mm-hmm. But I always used to give myself just a big goal, and I'd give myself a deadline, and then I would procrastinate on this big goal. And then I'd be like, oh crap, my deadline's 1 week away and I have to get this done now. And then I'd panic do it, which would just stress me out. So I have my yearly goals, but they're very, so I want to finish this draft or get to this draft with this or read this many books. And then I have very simple monthly goals. So I want to read a book, and it's camp next month. So one of my goals is write 50,000 words, because that is already a set thing I need to do in April. I'm going to do it anyway. So I might as well make it a monthly goal, because I know that I'm going to be able to check that off. But yeah, I've gotten to the point now where it's just if I don't get my goals done, I don't get my goals done. I don't want to give myself a goal that I'm going to be disappointed about not finishing. Mm-hmm. So I give myself a goal where it's just if I do it, fantastic. If I don't do it, I can just try again next month, because I'm I can't stress about not doing stuff anymore. I'm just I don't want to.
Oh yeah, it's I like to make the goals, but then you hold them very loosely.
Thank you.
Wow. Jealous.
Share, please.
I know, where's mine? Macaroons.
Payment, please.
We're all jelly. We want
right, Vicky has got to go. Bye,
Bye,
Vicky.
Okay.
All right. Yes. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you later, Vicky.
It is also time for us to go. It's time for me to go anyway, because it's my bedtime. For anybody who is still looking to stream, this one, Charlie Dorset is currently streaming. You're streaming on your YouTube, aren't you, Nia?
Yeah, in about an hour.
An hour. Oh, I need to change
that.
Oh, because it's the times changed.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid. So Nia's streaming in an hour.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. Let me update that. There we go.
And then 30 minutes after Nia gets done, I will be streaming on Twitch. And it'll be fun.
Yes.
Yes. Links down below.
If you want to watch me do some bookbinding, I feel like that's what it's going to be, is a bookbinding stream. So,
Ashley, I will join you soon.
Yes!
I've been watching so many bookbinding videos. I want to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I got all my tools are over there, but I got all the things.
I have a list of stuff to get. I'm down. We're gonna.
Here's the paper I made. I've got it all sectioned out. And then I'm gonna do vinyl covers. So I'm gonna do this and do just like a basic saddle stitch for these first journals. This is what you came for, right? Sarah's like, I would like to go to bed, please.
I can't watch it because it's on Twitch and it doesn't save and I'll be asleep.
Twitch saves. It saves for 30 days.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I was just like, if it gets uploaded to YouTube, great. I didn't realise. Oh, no, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
In the morning. They're there for 30 days. So I'm just going to do a saddle stitch, and then I'm going to reinforce it by putting the vinyl on the cover after I've stitched it in, because I think it'll make it look a little smoother. And I'm going to try that. Eventually, I want to do one where I do like the Coptic stitch and I put multiple things together, but I don't have time to do that this time.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's what I want to. That's what I want to do. I didn't get to do in December, so hopefully I'll get to do it sometime this year for because I want to do a journal. For my planner. That's how I want to do my planner. I wanted to make my own. So I'm excited.
I am taking old journals and turning them into paper and then making new journals out of my old journals. And it's very metaphorical and symbolic and lovely.
Love it.
I'd love to have like a physical hobby like that, but I'm just like, I don't know where his phone is. I don't know what I want it to be, and when would I ever have the time to do it? Because kids all day, and then me time, which is me supposed to be working, but I'm really just being lazy and procrastinating in the evening.
I am teaching the 7-year-old to embroider, and the 5-year-old is working on latch hook. So what we do is I sit there and I monitor them, and I know that right now I'm just not going to get very much done, but the 5-year-old can now do the latch hooks without my help. And the 7-year-old is getting really close. So at this point, I know that in the near future, we will have times where we get to all sit in the same room and craft together, and they will only occasionally need my help. And it is awesome.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Can do all the handcrafts because I can't sit still. That's why I have this right here.
Yes, that's such a pretty color as well, though.
It's so pretty.
Such a pretty color.
Minty.
Okay, Sarah said she had to go. I don't want to.
It's 11 now, so technically, I should go to bed. I probably will just procrastinate for the next hour or so. But
that's what I usually do when it's time for me to go to bed.
So I should go to bed. Wait.
I should go to bed.
It's the only time I get to be by myself and do stuff. So
do that.
I do the stuff then instead of during the day, which is, not the best thing. But there you go. What you can do about it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and thank you guys in the comments for watching. That was the March wrap up.
We did it.
Yes.
Yay!
We wrapped it up.
Yeah. And I'm so excited about for how everybody's doing and everybody's projects for starting tomorrow. And Rainy started or is about to start. Or have you
that's right.
That's
it started.
Awesome. So
we lost Sarah. Camera. Everybody have a good night.
Do we want to do outros quickly, guys?
Yeah, let's do our outros. Go ahead and start, Ashley.
I'm Ashley B. Pedigo. I am a storyteller and a songwriter, and I host productivity sprints on Twitch Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 8:30 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, sometimes on Saturdays. You just have to... And I'm on Instagram, so if you want to hang out on Instagram there and know when my random Saturdays are, you can hang out there. And you can see all the silly things that I am up to, because I'm always up to lots of silly things. Nia?
Okay, I am Nia, the Vixen of Fiction, on YouTube, Instagram, and she's back. Yay. So we did say there was going to be chaos. So
chaos.
Say we let you down. So I am on Twitch, YouTube, and I am on Instagram. My Instagram is half book stuff and reading stuff. The other half is me and my kids baking all the goodies.
Yes.
Love to bake. I might Twitch one day. We make all of the little cake pop treats and little candies and cakes and all of the goodies. So if you look at my Instagram, you'll see all the yummy things that we bake. And then we can't eat it all because it's way too much sugar. But it's fun to do. Like,
absolutely,
we all love baking. And then we're like, what are we going to do with all this homemade icing? Don't know. Let's
eat it, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm on there. I do writing sprints on Twitch and on YouTube. I also make YouTube videos. I have some videos pending, and upcoming, I like to do reviews for book and movie or TV adaptations. So I've got a couple of people that we're going to start doing reviews live. So spoiler alert when you come to those, but we will tell you ahead of time. But Bridgerton, we're doing a Bridgerton one coming up, and yeah, we're going to have some fun things coming. So you can follow me here or over on Twitch. But my main thing is doing those 2-hour productivity sprints where you can get a lot of words in a short amount of time. And it really helps, especially if you've got like writing goals to do. You're going to see how quickly you get those words out. So that's me, Fiction of Fiction.
Woo! I'm Day. I write adult horror and fantasy and some other stuff in between. I am at Author Day on Twitter and Instagram, both of which I very rarely post on, so I apologize. I'll be better one day. Thank you guys for having me. This was really fun.
Awesome. What we'll have to do is we'll have to get Day to come to more of our like sprinting streams so you guys can see her more often.
Yay!
Awesome.
And I'm Sarah Cahill. I write stuff. I stream stuff. I'll be back tomorrow for a Camp NaNoWriMo kickoff, one of many Camp NaNoWriMo kickoff streams because they're everywhere. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. EST with Charlie and Tay as my lovely co-hosts. And then every Wednesday this month, I've got you two as co-hosts.
Yeah,
I almost had Day.
Almost.
But I can't do calendars properly, apparently. So yes.
When are we doing it?
Oh, we're doing a kickoff tomorrow.
Yes, we're doing a kickoff tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing a kickoff.
Tomorrow are streaming. I want to say it's 7 p.m.
It's
EST.
No, it's 8:30 EST.
8:30 EST.
Yeah.
Also,
It's
for
confusing because I make it all Central Standard Time when I post about it because that's where everybody that's where I live.
Yeah.
So if I don't post it that time, then I will show up an hour late to everything. Like, hey guys.
Yeah. So,
what do you mean we've been going for an hour?
8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central.
Mm-hmm.
I probably saw the 7:30 and went, yeah, I would have seen Ashley's post for it. But yeah, they're there tomorrow as well. So happy Camp NaNoWriMo for everybody who's doing it. And I will see you guys and all of you guys out there as well around eventually.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we'll see you all later.
Yay, April.
Bye, guys.
Bye.